Hello kids, today we are going to talk about a first grade skill level which is to count to fill a tens frame. So let's see on the screen you see the tens frame where you can fit in 10 objects on this frame. So let's imagine that there are 6 dots on this frame. 1. So there are 6 dots on this frame, but a full frame has 10 dots. So how many more dots do you need to make a 10 is what we're going to see here. So that's just easy, right? So in order for you to find out the number of dots that you need to make a 10 is just count the number of spaces on this frame, white spaces on this frame. So already there are like 6 dots on this frame. So how many white spaces are there in this tens frame? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 white spaces on this frame. So what can you say? You need 4 more dots to make a 10. So you can also say 6 and 4 makes 10. Quite easy, right? Now you try this. So this is a tens frame where you see 9 green dots. So how many more dots do you need to make a 10 on this frame? Yep. So you got it? So you need 1 more dot to make a 10. So have you counted the number of white spaces on this tens frame? So you see only one white space, right? So if you add 1 dot here, then that makes you 10. So what can you say? 9 and 1 makes 10. Okay, so this is the next one. Can you solve this in 10 seconds? So here this is a tens frame wherein you have 8 shapes on this frame. So can you say how many more shapes do you need to make a 10? So your time starts now. There you go. So have you solved it? So how did you solve that one? So how many white spaces do you have in this tens frame? You have 2 white spaces left on this tens frame. So that means you need 2 shapes to fill in this tens frame. So 8 and 2 makes 10. That should be your answer. One more for you kids. So solve this in 10 seconds. So here in this tens frame, you see 4 stars on this frame. So how many more stars do you need to fill in this frame? Your time starts now. Yep, there you go. So did you get 6? Have you counted the number of white spaces on this frame? So let's count together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 white spaces left on this tens frame. That means you need how many stars? 6 more stars to make 10. So you can also say 4 and 6 make 10. So one more for you. So on this tens frame, we have 5 rectangles, right? So this is a tens frame as you know. So how many more rectangles do you need to make a 10? So this is quite easy, right? So you don't even need to count the number of white spaces if you're sure enough or if you can see. So the first row, this is first row and this is going to be your second row, right? So in a tens frame, 5 objects or 5 shapes will be on the top row and 5 will be on the bottom row. So there are 5 on the top row which are filled with rectangles and the empty spaces are 5. So you don't need to count one by one like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it's just Like the top row is full and the bottom row has 5 spaces. So you need 5 more rectangles to fill in this tens frame to make a 10. So 5 and 5 make 10 is your answer. And we will see the last one now. Try this last one, kids. So a tens frame has one shape in it. How many more shapes do you need to fill in this tens frame? You got it? So have you counted the number of white spaces on this frame? Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you need 9 shapes to fill in this tens frame. That means 1 and 9 makes 10. That's all for today, kids. We'll see in the next video on how to write an addition sentence based on this shapes or a tens frame. Let's see in the other video. Have a good day.